Okay, good afternoon, everybody. It is Friday. Tom Macdonald, released a new video today. The song isn't exactly new, um, but that's fine. Apparently, a little bit of history on this song. Apparently, it slipped out onto Spotify and a couple other streaming services back in January. Tom had planned to release the video and then had decided against it. Based off some things that were going on in the country at the moment. And apparently, according to his live stream the other night, had two other times had planned to release the video and had decided to go ahead and push it back. If you're not familiar with this song, I know a lot of his fans that have been listening to him for a while heard it back in January. When, like I said, when it slipped out to a few of the streaming services. It's a great song. It's actually on one of the new albums he just released, Us Against the World. Anybody that has picked up the new CDs, first of all, if you haven't picked up the new CDs he released, go to hangovergang.com and do that ASAP. I'll drop a link down in the comments for those that may not or may be somewhat new to Tom. But this is one of the songs that's released on the Us Against the World CD. Phenomenal song. Tom has finally decided to go ahead and release the video. He's talked about it a few separate times. I can tell you now, the song is amazing. I've been listening to it damn near non-stop. So this isn't going to be so much a reaction to the song, but more so just the first time viewing the video. But it's just great to get something that Tom has had sitting in the vault for, 10 months now. We finally get to see it. So pretty exciting stuff if you're a Tom Macdonald fan. So we're going to go ahead and get into it.
Lately, USA is getting scarier. Half of the Americans I see all hate America. They hate the cops doing their best to take care of us and kneel for the flag and salt the soldiers that we're burying. I'm tired of the pissing and complaining. Why you living in America if all you do is hate it? You think it's brave to take a stand against the nation? Real bravery is dying for the right so you can say it. Dear America, what happened to Americans? Apparently no one's aware or cares that it's embarrassing. It's arrogance. Our greatest enemy was always slavery and terrorists, and now it's people in the country trying to burn the heritage. I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't Republicans or liberals, it's mental illness. The internet is only interested in left opinions. Cancel culture's got more power lately than the First Amendment. If you don't like it, leave.
Isn't
We
that
will
the
not keep
truth?
on police. We don't want no riots in our neighborhoods or in the streets. We respect freedom of speech, we protect what we believe. We don't want nobody dead, so please do not tread on me. In America, your freedom.
So before we get into the hook there, man, that's a lot to unpack, and people are going to be unhappy about it, but this is the way he sees things, and he's going to express it. He's made that very clear. And the line that hits me the most is, who the hell's calling? People screen. Anyway, the line that hits me the most is cancel culture has more power than the First Amendment. Now, the First Amendment has never granted immunity from consequences. But lately it has become, it's just been trampled on. Just expressing any kind of opinion whatsoever on a public forum you could have the quote-unquote woke mob come after you, dox you, try to cost you your job, etc., etc., etc. And it may not even be a controversial opinion. It could just be, hey, I don't think the country should force people to do this, or I don't think people should be forced to do that, or you could say something simple as taxation is theft, which it is, but someone would turn around and say, oh, you're, trying to be controversial and blah, 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 and they'll dox you and try to cancel you and try to cost you your job. It's stupid. That's the line in that first verse that really hit me. We'll go ahead and get back into the hook now.
Dead, so please do not tread on me. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag.
Hell yeah.
America. Does anybody know what the hell happened to the Patriots? Lately, this nation is so ashamed and hating itself. Did everyone forget that people died to pay for this? Ungratefulness, United States gave everything to you just to help. I just want to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family. I don't need your help to understand it was a tragedy. Can I just be thankful for my country eating happily without you trying to guilt me for the genocide and casualties? I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different.
That's something that's been touched on before.
Designed by the system. I don't need your pronouns, all I see is men and women. Kids are taking pills for fun while people can't afford prescriptions. If you don't like it, go. Hate it, then don't call it home. We don't need no violence, got no time for all you radicals. Screw your status quo, we're not animals. I won't kneel for the anthem, cause the flag is what I'm standing for. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America, you...
Pause that for a second. Yeah, that last verse, I mean, that was just hot. I mean, the hook itself, stars and stripes offend you, then I hope you pack your bags. There's so many people that just bitch about this country. Just absolutely bitch about everything. And it's like, what are you doing to change anything other than bitching on a social media platform? You're doing nothing. You're not out protesting or exercising your rights to address the government. No, you're just bitching on social media. You're bitching about everything. I read a story yesterday where someone in Scientific America went after Star Wars, for crying out loud. And, I mean, you see the posters. Yeah, I'm a fan. Pissed me off because it was just that stupid. Apparently, Jedi are a problematic term now because they're not inclusive. It's fucking science fiction, man. Like, it's science fiction. And it's like, you know, came out in 77, so like seriously. But it's a non-inclusive order of galactic space monks, I think is what the article said, and this came from Scientific America. This blew my mind. But it's just people bitching about everything. They're finding problems with fucking science fiction movies, but whatever. And then another thing he touched on here was people taking pills for fun while others can't even afford their prescriptions. A lot of the medications that get abused, Xanax, Oxys, shit like that. I mean, people can live without those, but it's a miserable fucking existence. I mean, if you have anxiety disorder or, chronic pain, etc., etc. I mean, but you've got these kids that are somehow able to get a hold of them, probably cheaper than what a person who needs them would have to pay a pharmacist, and they're just taking them for fun. And then you have, other things like the pharmaceutical companies that are jacking the prices up on life-saving medications like insulin to the point where people can't afford them at all. It's like, we got problems. We do have some problems that need to be addressed. Let's get back to it. Sorry for the rant there.
You can hate the government and still love the country. The fundamental value.
Back that up a little bit.
America. You can hate the government and still love the country. The fundamental values of America are concrete. Republicans and liberals are dumb, to put it bluntly. They're labels that they use to create chaos and corruption. You can know the history and still be proud of where you're from. Every flag around the world is covered in a little blood. We started out the United States divided
accurate.
Is what we've become. If home is where the heart is, you should show America some love. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America.
Go ahead and pause that right there. Wow, another great video by Nova. I mean, every single time she just I mean, she just blows it up. And I mean, this is almost a year old at this point. Tom has been holding on to this one for a while. But after getting the new albums, hearing the song, and then when he announced the name of the song that was the name of the video that was being released today, man, I can't lie, I was excited. I love this song. I've listened to it a lot. Um, Man, what a great video, great message in the song. Um, that last track where he was going, or last verse, I should say. Um, you can hate your government and still love your country, and I think that's the definition of a patriot, is to always want to see your country improve, do better. But you can disagree with the government, regardless of party affiliation. You don't have to just blindly follow a party and their policies simply because, they have a D or an R in front of their name. Who gives a shit? If they're stupid, they're stupid. Most of them are. Um, I mean, it seems like the Democrats and Republicans are more concerned with um, measuring their dicks, basically, at this point, than doing anything for the citizens of this country. And the definition of a patriot is to call them out on their bullshit. Love your country. Be proud of where you're from, even though you have no control over where you were born or where you're from. But I mean, take some pride in your country. I mean, it's not a hard, it's not unreasonable. But you don't have to agree with the government. That's never been something that is necessary. Um, and here we have Tom, who he's Canadian. He grew up in Canada, and he gets it more than probably the majority of this country. And he songs like this just show a guy, to me, that really appreciates the opportunity that America provides for its citizens, but will still call out. But I mean, this guy will still call out the bullshit he sees. So, um, so that's that. We finally got the video for America, like we talked about earlier, made back in January. Just now released today. It's on the two new albums. Definitely, if you haven't picked up the albums, I mean, Thomas said it himself. Some of his best work is unreleased, and that is absolutely true. Like, the two new albums are amazing. Um, but that's that for this one. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys coming in, checking out the video. Um, Hit the video with a like, subscribe. It helps out tremendously. Drop a comment. Let's have a conversation. I'm always up for a little conversation. I try to respond to as many comments as I can. It's a pretty small channel, so we don't get a lot of comments, so it makes it pretty easy. But again, thanks for tuning in. Glad you guys stopped by. We'll see you next time.